So this is the second video to find all zeros that are including complex numbers. Here is the problem that I want us to work on. This is f of x is 2x to the fourth minus 21x cubed plus 71x squared minus 61x minus 51. Now, put this into your calculator and let's take a look at the zeros. Okay, so there is a clear one at 3. And then we need to do a little bit of work to see what the fraction is. You know, we've got this multiples of negative 51 over the multiples of 2. Hopefully you can work this out, or try a few, just try them out. But the other one is negative 1/2. So maybe you could pause the video and see if you can find that on your own. I'm going to start with negative 1/2 in synthetic division. All right, so I drop the first term, I get 2. Negative 1/2 times 2 is negative 1. Add that to negative 21, yeah, I get negative 22. Negative 1/2 times negative 22 is 11. And I add that to 71 and I get 82. Negative 1/2 times 82 is negative 41. I add that to negative 61 and I get negative 102. And then negative 1/2 times negative 102, you can see it quickly, this is actually 51. All right, so here's my new equation. You know, this would be an x cubed, this would be an x squared, this would have an x, and this would just be the number. So I could definitely write out the polynomial, but I don't want to, because I want to take these coefficients and I'm going to break it down further so I can get to an x squared term, a quadratic. So now I'm going to use 3, and I'm going to drop the 2, and I have 3 times 2 is 6, add it to negative 22, and I get negative 16. 3 times negative 16 is negative 48. Add it to 82, and I get 34. 3 times 34 is 102, just what we were looking for. We get 0. Okay, so I think there was an example that I did previously, and I, done a lot of videos today, so I'm not sure which it was, where I actually reduced this a little and by factoring out a 2. For this problem, I'm going to just use the coefficients as they are, and I'll show you what will be different in that regards. Basically, you just have a little bit more work to do at the very end, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so we have x is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You do want to have that memorized. So I am going to have negative of negative 16 plus or minus the square root negative 16. See, these are very large numbers that you have to deal with here. And we have this negative 4 times 2 and times 34. All over, we'll get 4. 2 times 2. All right, so I'm going to get 16 plus or minus, and under this radical, in this example, you get negative 16. If you had reduced this, you would get a smaller number than that, and this will be over 4. 4 would be a smaller number as well. The 16 would be a smaller. Everything would be smaller, but we can still figure it out. This would be 16 plus or minus. Now, the square root of 16 is 4i. And I didn't do this in the last video, but just to show you, if you have negative 16 times negative 1, this will, or excuse me, negative 16 times negative 1, that's negative 16. I'm saying it all wrong. 16 times negative 1. That gives you negative 16. So we can split up radicals like this. That's how we get 4 and I. If you didn't remember, I just wanted to include that. So this is all over 4. And remember, like we did last time, I'm going to just group them up like this. The 4 has to go under each terms, and this will be 4 plus or minus I. These are our last two zeros. Sometimes complex numbers can be written like this. They're a little longer, but I wanted to do this one that had a fraction with it as well. Hope that helps you do the homework. Thanks.